Hi Pisces, welcome to your June 2018 monthly readings. I'm going to apologize in advance, my voice might be a little off. I got like a really bad sore throat, so I got 2 more videos to make. Get them done, people. I intentionally went out of town specifically to get stuff done on Life's Full of Irony, I finally get time to get out of town and I end up getting a cold or something. So these readings are going to be what you need to know, show, and grow. Those things are highly valuable. I already did the affirmation cards. So those things are things that you may want to say to yourself in the morning time, in the mirror, or even before you go to bed, just to remind yourself. I find it quite beneficial. So the first card you got is I am peace. And that's very Piscean. I'm not sure why I see that as Pisces. I am positive. It might be the blue that's in the card. And I am untamed. Okay, and then some cards just fell out. Everybody's getting more cards than what I originally wanted, but we'll see what it has. So you have the Knight of Swords. You have the Page of Wands. It's Messenger. You have the Tower. Dun dun dun. We'll see what it's about, you guys. It's not always a bad thing. You have the Five of Wands and the Moon. So I'm going to put those with the Tower card because they're extra. So it kind of seems Pisces with the what you need to know part. I'm going to use another deck as well. Shuffle that while I'm going over this with you guys. It seems like what you need to know, okay, is with I am peace. You're quite caught up in your mind here. You're overwhelmed, or you got a lot of decisions that you need to make, okay? And it seems like for some of you guys, there's like an inner battle happening within yourself. It's coming across as mentally. So it's like you're mentally overwhelmed with a lot of decisions even that you may have to make. I believe today is the 29th, so there's a full moon in Sag that just happened, which would highly affect you guys, okay? And these energies may, because your co-ruler is Jupiter, so these energies may push you forward into expansion and change, okay? And for some of you, maybe before you were ready. So it could be, and it might not all be negative. You might have a lot of positive things coming your way. It's just, it's a lot of change, okay? Quick, fast change. Or you could have quick, fast decisions that you're going to have to make. Don't feel obligated to make these decisions too quickly, okay? And what's meant to be is meant to be, right? As long as you've made a decision, you really have no control beyond that point, okay? So it's like if you've made a decision to apply for a new job, once you've applied for it, you really have no control beyond that point, other than your mental process, like thinking positive thoughts, okay? And then realizing if you didn't get that job, okay, then you didn't get it because it wasn't meant for you. And there's another, it doesn't mean get discouraged and not apply. It means look through the newspaper and, the websites for job listings, and you may find something even more positive than you thought. And with the Five of Wands here, it's like you're going to have to compete for it, okay? The worry I have with the Five of Wands when it comes up is because it's action-oriented, okay? That's fighting. That's like actual harm being done to other people, okay? Intentional harm being done to people, actions being taken. So this could be like somebody saying something hurtful that gets you all up in your mind, okay, or makes you feel bad about yourself or question yourself, okay, with the Five of Wands, okay, because emotionally they're trying to get you off balance and they want you to be in this state, okay? The Five of Wands is like physical harm being done, okay? And if that happens, I apologize. But what you need to know is that if that's happening towards you, okay, well, that's happening because they're just haters, man, okay? They're jealous, or you have some sort of potential in you that you're not recognizing and they recognize, okay? This could be arguments at work, though, Pisces. Okay, and you're really sensitive towards energies as well. So you want to ensure, okay, with the I am untamed, this can go two ways here. It's flip side. One, you're too controlled, like you're too pent up. Okay, with the Nine of Swords here, you're holding everything in. Okay, all your worries, your anxiety. Okay, so a good thing for you to do maybe to write things down. Okay, write it out. Okay, or for some of you guys, you may you got built up emotions in you. Okay, so you may need to cry things out, which would mean, you know, trick yourself into that by either watching a sad movie. Okay, nobody's gonna know. You'll be by yourself. Get it out of your system. Okay, this is also Pisces with the I am untamed here. You want to watch your emotions being off balance. So this can mean like you're too wild. Okay, this is like Leo. Rawr! Okay, Leos, when they get like emotionally off balance, they can you know, growl and row, like roar. I was gonna say growl, that's not even a word. They can roar, all right, and bite the hand that feeds them even, all right, like because they're in protection mode. It's a fear state, all right. Like you may have some people at work that are in a fear state of mind, which means that they're like in protection mode. Okay, so like when people are in a fear state of mind, they will act out in negative ways, okay, to try to protect what they think is theirs. So their job, they could see you as a threat in their job. So they're going to put you down, or they're going to put you in scenarios or try to bring you down a notch because they see you as a threat to their environment. Okay, which would mean that these people are not. They're not. They got a lot of healing that they have to do. Okay, but again, the flip side with I am untamed, I mean, like if you're too controlled, okay, then this means that you need to get in tune to, I don't want to say your wild side, okay, your sassy side, okay, it means that you need to be more free flowing, okay, you got the moon card here, 2 fish in there, right, and there's a bunch of fairies, okay, there is a moon here, okay, full moon, I think was yesterday, or like, it's either today and then the next day it's like that type of moon, you know. Apparently I can't speak today. These changes could start occurring, or that's like the full moon is going to get people off balance. They're not going to know, okay, because you do got a lot of the colors of Jupiter here. You have like this color here in the card. You got it in the I am positive. You also have it in this card, and this card, and this card. Okay, people that don't have Jupiter energy in them, okay, change can be hard. All right, Jupiter is used to change. It's not an energy that can really be tamed or controlled or told what to do. All right, you may be feeling restricted in some way, but people are feeling those energies as well, and they may not handle it appropriately. But with the I am untamed, either you're too controlled, okay, so you need to learn to be more free flowing, like the fish in this card, okay. It's like the yin and the yang energies, okay. So you want to discipline yourself a little bit here, okay, like, so that means like all fun and no play can make you a very uptight, frustrated person, okay, like you need playtime. There's a lot of noise going on outside the door there. For others of you, it means like you like with the I am untamed, you're I want to try to say this appropriately without offending anybody. It means like you're too wild, okay, you're too out of control, okay, you're with the Tower, the Moon, the Five of Wands, it's like there's too much emotions happening, like too much underlining. It's like when you get emotionally off balance, there's too much arguments happening. So it's like when you get off balance, when there's arguments or disagreements or big changes that happen in your life, you get too emotionally off balance, and this is causing like some sort of chaos in your life. So you want to, like with the yin and the yang that I'm seeing, you want to meditate, okay, you want to center yourself, you want to remove yourself from the situation, and you want to give yourself time to process everything that you're taking in, okay, And then for other Pisces, I am getting like, I'm very concerned that you have messages coming towards you that can get you off balance, okay, from other people trying to intentionally cause you harm. And that's, they want you to be in this state of mind, okay? Like, and that's just, you know, don't worry about it. Don't react to these people because you're going to give them exactly what they want. You want to kind of smile and nod. Don't let them know that it affects you, okay? But if somebody says something that hurts you, you do want to evaluate why that's hurting you, why that's harming you, your belief system in that manner, okay? Because that like, you may be sensitive towards something that somebody has said to you or will say to you, okay? And then you want to evaluate why you were sensitive about that, because if you were sensitive about it, that means it emotionally hit you, okay? So you're then that means you may believe in a truth in that, and then you want to evaluate why you believe that there is some truth to that, okay? Because then if that's the case, that means your confidence level is not, needs to be developed a little bit more, okay? So your armor needs to be built a little more, and this could be why these people are coming at you. It's not to cause you harm, okay? In life, you're always going to get negative and positive. There's a balance to life, okay? There's no up without down, no down without up, okay? There's no happy without sad and no sad without happy, okay? There's no bad without good and good without bad. You need one to have the other, all right? So the negative things and people and situations that come into your life are lessons for you to learn. They're growth for you to have. It's there to help you build character, okay? Help you build your armor, all right? So like, just because people are coming at you in a conflicting manner doesn't mean that, okay, well, now this is a time for you to be untamed and show them your power, okay? That, you know, you can't talk to me in that manner, and that is true. People shouldn't talk to you in that manner, and then you give back to them what they gave to you. Doesn't mean that you do that. Two wrongs don't make a right, okay? In a situation where people are coming at you verbally or attacking you or trying to cause you harm, okay, you could be getting the test there of how are you going to handle the situation. With the yin and the yang that I've seen here, are you going to be peaceful about it? Okay, you have I am peace. Your peace depends on you, not other people. So again, we're getting back to, I go over this a lot with you guys being a tree and having your roots firmly in the ground to the point where when the wind's blowing, that trunk isn't moving. You're not being pushed off balance, okay? Like, you're not swaying in one direction or the other, okay? So this is like personal growth you got to use this for, okay? So then you have to learn how to because maybe in a manner before you were untamed and how you responded to these people. So now, like, the lesson that you got to learn is that you got to listen to yourself, okay, your inner wisdom, and your peace depends on you alone. So this is like, you may be being tested on your response level, okay, your emotional level even. Okay, what kind of actions are you going to take? How are you going to respond to the situation? Have you grown this untamed energy, as in, can you like be the bigger person and walk away? Doesn't mean you have to get involved in a situation. All right. In some manners, you may have to tell a person, like, in a respectful manner, though, not in the manner that they approach you. You may have to approach them and say, you know, okay, that may be your belief, but that's not my belief, okay? And if somebody's trying to tell you who you are, then you just need to politely say to them, listen, I'm not here to have any conflict with you. Thank you for your opinion, but I know who I am, you know? Thank you very much. Like, or if somebody tells you something, not all the time will it be bad, Pisces. There is a vibration here of people trying to get you off balance, okay? Like, I'm not going to lie about that, all right? Like, but sometimes, Pisces, there's constructive criticism. You want to listen to that. Doesn't mean that you got to take it personally or that they're correct, but it can help you see a different way. So, like, if you have a perception of things and somebody else has a perception of things, sometimes it's okay to agree to disagree, okay? So you both have a different perception, all right? But when you communicate and you talk about things, it can help you see a third perception. You may walk out with a completely different perception than you walked in with. This person may walk out with a different perception that they walked in with. Okay, so you both walk in with a perception, and you both walk out with a different perception, and you still may not even have agreed on the perception. Okay, does that make sense? On like, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so what you need to know is you are peace. Your mental stability depends on you, not others. You're a tree. It's your roots that you got to focus on. Okay, you got to take those weeds out of your garden. Okay. What you need to show is I am positive, and then you have the Page of Wands. This is excitement. This is where you. It's like childlike. It's the Aries energy I get with that. It's like the Kool-Aid guy is how I like look at Aries. Aries is also the magician. I see Aries as the magician as well as Virgo. Because Aries are quite magical, okay? They're like the Swiss Army knife, all right? They will amaze the crap out of you, and I don't even think that they give themselves enough credit for that. They're always go, 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 that they don't really evaluate how far that they've come throughout life, okay? Like, but it's an Aries energy here of get it done, okay? And I said the Kool-Aid guy, and that's because, like, the Kool-Aid guy, if you ever seen the commercials, like, back in the day, the Kool-Aid guy just, like, breaks through the wall, and he's like, oh, yeah. The wall's broken, you know? Like, in reality, people would look at that, and they would be like, dude, you just broke the wall. Like, we gotta fix that, you know? Like, what a nuisance, right? And Aries being fabulous, Aries will turn around and be like, well, I just broke the wall. All right, if I can break the wall, that means other people can break the wall. That means it wasn't built strong enough. It wasn't built, you got to build it bigger, better, and stronger, you know, like, and then it's true. There's truth in that, right? Like, he shouldn't have been able to get through the wall, right? Because Aries is like a general. They build like firm foundations. That's why they're the emperor or the empress, right? So there's something here about your foundation being firm within yourself. I am peace. That comes from within, okay? Oh, see, we got the Seven of Swords. I hate this card. It's not always negative though, okay? But in this deck, it's pretty serious. I don't like the vibration that comes out. Like, this would be like the only card in this deck that I'm not a big fan of. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of this card in general. Where there's some positives to the Seven of Swords, okay? The Seven of Swords is also like somebody getting the hell out of Dodge. When this comes up for a Sag, this is where Sag is running, all right? Because Sagittarius can run like from situations when they don't want to deal with it. It's not even so much run, okay? They're ruled by Temperance, and Temperance is patience and is very balanced. They got one foot on the ground. They got some water happening there. You know, they got wings for the air, okay? So they need to mentally, emotionally, and earthly balance themselves out before they make a decision. Okay, they don't react, so they like disappear. It's like a poof, like a magician, they're gone, right? So again, what this is saying for you guys, what I'm getting, okay, because like you have that Sag energy in you with the Jupiter, okay, so you got to balance yourself out. Okay, you may need to, and again, this is like sneaky people doing underhanded things. All right, and Pisces, you gotta stay positive. Okay, the past is not going to repeat itself out. If you keep thinking about it, well, then you're going to attract that negativity. And again, people, this is life. You're always going to have negativity in life. Okay, and it's like the universe is trying to equip you to deal with it. And also, there's like the sensation of like the past here. You need to pat yourself on the back for the things that you've gone through and overcome, and realize like if you can make it through all of that, what you're heading towards is really no big deal. Okay, it's temporary. It's not permanent. It's temporary. You can be in a much different, a much different part in your life. Well, that doesn't even make sense. But 6 months from now, things can be completely different than where you are now. Okay, so where you are now is temporary. There are some lessons that need to be learned here, and you can't avoid them. The Seven of Swords would come up as well as like avoidance, okay, like sneaky, lying to yourself. This is the lying and deceiving card. You could have somebody around you that's doing that, but this is also like talking about don't be doing these things to yourself, okay, because what you need to show is I am positive. You have the Page of Wands with the Seven of Swords. So this is saying to me, Pisces, that there's some things that you may need to keep to yourselves So outside influences don't interfere with you. Okay, so this is also like, what can I use as an example? For me personally, getting these videos done lately have been extraordinarily hard. Not even gonna lie, people. Extraordinarily hard. I haven't had the time. I work really long hours, okay? I work at a distance too. I'm rarely home. And I got a second job, okay? So this means like I'm never home. All right? I'm trying to get this second job. I think I've gone through the process now. I had to do a security background check, fingerprints and everything. That was quite intimidating. I don't know what's with the jobs I'm getting, but they're a process to go through. Okay, very nerve-wracking. The lesson in that for me is it's teaching me how to be more, I don't want to say patient, but more at ease in scenarios where pressure is applied in that. It's like, you feel you're being judged a lot, right? Like in an interview. But when you have an interview that you have to go to multiple times, and it's like you're going through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and you don't know if you're going to succeed or not, that can be a lot of pressure on you. Okay, so because of all of that, and people just randomly stopping by, somebody moved into my place, family member. So like really, there's no quiet time or quiet area in the house to do things. So I had to be like this. If I were to give you an example of how this card could play out in a positive way, okay, because I am positive, that's coming through here, okay, and let's use our Jupiter power and stay positive. Look on the positive side. This would be like I'm at a hotel right now down by the ocean, okay, like out of town. Of course, it's way out of the way from where I live. This is like I had to rent the hotel to get things done, okay, like other things besides these videos. I had some things that I had to get done. So I just basically, rented a hotel and got what I needed done. All right, like I didn't tell people about it. I just told them I'm going to be busy this weekend and out of town. That was it, right? Like, but I got it done. Okay, that's all that matters. And that's a lot of, okay, that for me would be a lot of stress and anxiety off of my plate. Okay, because if I don't get these done, then I can't focus on other things throughout the month because I'm very stressed about getting these out. All right, and I don't even, this isn't a business. I've been doing this since Libra season. All right, like I don't make any money off of this. That's always been a battle for me. Like even thinking about it starts giving me anxiety because you got a 5 of Swords here. That's a Venus and Aquarius energy. I have that energy. Okay, and for me, like taking money for doing something where I'm helping people, or like just giving them guidance, that's conflicting for me. Okay, because I feel like at some point, if I was receiving money, I would sway. All right, because then there's an outcome that I'm trying to reach, and that's not what I started this for. That's not why I did this. I was guided to do it because obviously the universe wanted me to learn how to control my abilities and my senses. All right, and this is a way and to help people, to give back. All right, you're giving gifts for a reason. Okay, it doesn't mean that you need to make profit off of it, because a lot of people, when they start doing things, okay, they come into it with good intentions, but then their intentions change because they get swayed by temptation. All right, and money can be very tempting. Okay, but it can also like you can buy somebody with money. Okay, and people that are bought with money, that's like you're selling your soul to the devil, and I refuse to do that. I'm so terrified if I take money for this that I'm gonna start swaying. So until I feel like I have complete control and I've passed all the lessons the universe gave me, I'm just satisfied with doing this because I have really loyal, faithful viewers, and this is how I give back to them. Okay, like with the 5 of Swords, this is Aquarius and Venus. A lot of people have their own interpretation of this card. I disagree with it. That's me though. Okay, it's a victorious card, Pisces. Any adversity that you're going through, any challenges, anything you want to start or do, you're going to be victorious over it. Okay, there's horns in this card because it's co-ruled with Saturn, which means it's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be easy. You have sacrifices that you have to make. You have lessons that you have to go through. It's part of a quest. Aquarius, I see as Merlin. You have I Am Untamed, which is like very Leo-ish, and that is King Arthur. Okay? Maybe you want to watch King Arthur, the new King Arthur. There could be some importance in that for some of you guys. With the Five of Swords, though, it's victorious. The only time that it's not victorious is when the ego and the pride, conceitedness, get out of hand. And that's usually the other people on the other end of this card. Okay, so it's not you, it's the people around you. Okay, could have some ego and pride issues. They could be quite conceited, and that's why they're attacking you. All right, because you have purity to you. With Aquarius, there's purity to that, and everybody's like, "Oh, Aquarius is detached. They're manipulative. They're I've heard people say they're cold. They're the narcissist." All right. Again, people, anybody can be a narcissist from any sign. Okay. Scorpios can, Capricorns can, Sagittarius can, Pisces can, Cancers can. All right. You got positive and you got negative. Okay. Just because you come across a few people that have been negative from a certain sign doesn't mean they all are. All right. Just means that there was some lesson that you had to learn, and those people came in to help you learn the lessons, right? It's not always positive, all right? Your struggles, okay, even when they're really bad struggles, okay, you can turn those into positives, okay? You can alchemize it, okay? So alchemizing is like, or transmuting it would be taking a negative into a positive. So somebody that, say, was abused, okay, when they were a child, or was in a abusive relationship, okay? The positive from that, okay, that's quite negative, all right? But the positive that they can have from that is that can give them the passion, the desire, and the knowledge to protect others, to have a voice for others, okay? So yes, that happened, and like that is horrible if that happens to a person. And a person may think, why did this happen to me? Well, turn that into a positive. You may be like if you believe in God, you're God's child. Okay, so then that means that God looked down upon you and thought, okay, you have the strength to turn this negative into a positive and help save others. So you have the energy in you to speak up and then be the voice for those that don't. Okay, because you know how they're feeling, you know what they went through, you know the experiences, you know their needs and their wants. Okay, you know what needs to be healed within them. Okay, because you've been through that experience. So it's like you can create a shelter. People that have been through that would create a shelter. And then from that one negative experience that you went through, okay, like if a person went through abuse, that one negative experience, they can then bring as a gift to others, okay, by creating, say, like a safe house for people, okay, or a foundation, okay, like so from that one negative experience, and you may see it as, like you hear it all the time, people are like, God, why did this happen to me? Okay, like, well, you're not using what he gave you to its fullest potential, because somebody that's been through a negative situation like that can create such positive and positivity and help others. Okay, so one person had a negative experience, but from that negative experience, they were able to open up a shelter that helped like 50 women. Okay, and in over a year, it'll help 150 women. Okay, and that one negative experience created that positivity and was able to branch out. Everything's connected. We're all connected. It branched out and helped all of those other people. Okay, it could even be like somebody suffered from cancer. Okay, so or lost a limb. Okay, but now, like, because you went through that experience, now you can create a foundation that can help other people, so they don't have to go through the suffering that you went through, the process that you went through, the doors being closed on you, or you being made to feel like you're less than, right? Like those people turn negatives into positives. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, like it's seeing things from a different perspective. Aquarius is unique. All right, it's Saturn ruled. They know the rules inside and out. Inside and out. And they may not seem like the types that would, but they are. And Aquarius is excellent foundation builders. There's something about your foundation that you have that you need to rebuild. Okay? For some of you guys, if you've gone through a traumatic experience, I don't know why I'm getting it, like it's so deep. I don't like negative things like that, but let's be realistic. These things happen in life, right? But we can take negativity and turn it into positivity. Maybe you can write a book, something about, like writing your experiences out for others. So if you've gone through a lot of negativity, you can write that out and turn it into a book. Help others people with those deep-rooted emotions and things that are hidden. Bring that to light. So certain things need to be spoken about in order for light to be shined upon them, and in order for those situations to heal. Okay, so again, it's going back to maybe like the school that you have to go to. Okay, so it could be like, negative events happened when you're a child. Okay, but the positive part of that is that you ended up going into counseling or schooling for counseling, became a counselor, psychologist. Okay, Five of Swords, that's a very psychological energy. All right, Aquarius make great, especially a Mars or a Venus Aquarius, they can make great psychologists. They understand human emotion, right? This is why they're detached. Okay, you can be detached when you don't fear something. When you're in a fear state of mind, you grip onto things, or you act out emotionally. Okay, when you have no fear and when you understand something, because if you don't understand, you fear things, you fear change. Okay, and that's human, natural human behavior. All right, we fear what we don't understand, and that's primal instincts, and that those instincts kick in. Okay, and want, like when you get that sensation like you want to do something, but then you don't do it out of fear or because it's foreign to you. That's just, again, primal instincts. We're mammals, we're humans, we're built to protect ourselves. If something's foreign to you, you don't know what it is, therefore it could be a threat. And if it's a threat, then your mind's going to go into this state here, and it's going to be like, no, 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 don't do that. Okay, like, because that can cause you harm. There's a chance you can get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, that's just natural human instincts of your brain trying to protect yourself. It doesn't mean that you're actually going to get hurt or harmed. Okay, it just means that it's foreign, therefore you don't understand it, the brain doesn't understand it, and it's going to cause conflict. Okay, you'll start battling yourself out. That's when anxiety occurs and things like that. Okay, with the Aquarius energy, it's very detached because it understands. It's I know. All right, Aquarius is I know. It's ascension. Right, so you don't fear what you know. All right, so at the end of the day, if you're taking a risk, okay, you already know it's a risk. Okay, so you want foresight. Aquarians, air signs have foresight. All right, and by foresight, they're excellent with troubleshooting. They can foresee outcomes happening. All right, so you want to try to troubleshoot, and when you take a risk that there's potential that this may happen, that may happen, something else could happen. All right, I got off track from what I was saying earlier, but we'll get back to that. I just realized that now. However, you also know the positives that could happen. All right, you have everything you need right now. You don't need to go overboard if you're trying to start a business and be like, oh, I need to get investors. Okay, start small. Start with what you have. Okay, because what you have is plenty. All right, so going back to when I jumped ship there, got off track. It's been happening a lot. It's like if bad things happen when you were a child, okay, well, and then you became a counselor, okay, you may be looking at, oh, like, why did these negative, God, why did this happen to me? Spirit, life, why did this happen to me? It's so horrible, okay? You like the exaggeration, okay? But at the end of the day, you ended up going to school and you became a counselor, okay? So that's why that happened. Your life path, that's part of your path. You're there to heal other people. Sure, it's horrible what happened to you, but the positive side of that is that you're now out there healing multiple people, helping multiple people. Okay, like everything happens for a reason. You got the Horizon card. Okay, there's Saturn I see in this card. Aries again with the red hair. You got red here. Okay, so the Aries is, Aries is fearless. They take risks, they take chances, they get things done. But there's some sort of decision that you're gonna have to make that you can't go back on. This is forward movement. Okay, once your decision is made, it's finalized. You got to move forward. So this means like you got to make decisive decisions. Okay, and if it's like your negative thoughts, okay, I would recommend putting an elastic on your wrist and snapping it anytime you have a negative thought to retrain your brain to think positively. Okay, But with this card, it is saying that there's some things that you may need to walk away, some emotional baggage, the competing mentality. People that compete don't feel satisfied with themselves, okay? When you're satisfied with yourself, you realize that you don't need all the stuff that that media and society puts on you. You don't need all of that stuff that they portray, that they brainwash you with. You don't need all of that stuff. You need very little to be happy, all right? And with Pisces, you guys know things too, all right? Aquarius and Venus here, this has to do with love, okay? It's talking about self-love, all right? Loving everybody equally, because Aquarius loves everybody equally. They're humanitarians, okay? I am peace. It's talking about self-love, though, because it is Aquarius and Venus, okay? So that has to do with love, and you're having conflict. And in order to get through any conflict you're having, and love comes in many forms, you guys. You know, it can come with family members, relationships, coworkers. It can come with the love of your job, a passion that you have is love. Okay, there's conflict that you're having with that, and what the cards are asking you to do is to emotionally separate yourself, stand back, observe, give yourself some time, and then start new again. Train yourself new again. Okay. There's ups and downs in life, and there's nothing you can do about that. You need to embrace those negativities, though, and embrace it. Take those challenges on. And the warning here is that if you you don't want to drop the mic, because I just seen somebody like they had the mic in their hand, they dropped it. Okay, peace out. That's what I got. You don't want to drop the mic. You want to be smart about how you handle things, because if you drop the mic, there's no going back. Okay, so that means if you like argue with somebody, okay, there's no going back. All right, words could be spoken, you can't take them back. All right, you could invest time in a negative situation. It could be in a love situation, okay, in the past, and you're dwelling on it. You're wasting time that you can't take back. Time is the most precious gift in life, right? You never get more of it. You never get to redo what you had, and you never know when your time is up. Okay, so use your time wisely. Make the most of what you have in the here and now. Focus on 24 hours, okay? Because if you're too much focused on the future, you do want to look forward to the future, but you want to come back to the present, and you want to stay in the present. And then you want to take small baby steps with the Page of Wands here to make whatever it is happen in the here and the now, 24 hours, okay? You have to envision things, because if you can't see it, then there's no way it's going to be tangible. So if you can't see yourself being with another person because you're still stuck on an ex that you dealt with like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, or whatnot, then you're not going to attract another person, okay? Because your energy is still attached to that other one, okay? If you can see yourself with another person, it doesn't have to be a specific person, okay? Hell, you can, put Justin Bieber up. He's a Pisces, I'm pretty sure. That's why he came to mind. All right? And if you can foresee yourself being with him, then hey, you've just tricked your mind into foreseeing something play out in the future, which means that you're seeing that you're going to be with somebody else, which you've tricked your mind out of that negativity from the past. And it'll attract not Justin Bieber, but hell yeah, if it does, good on you. Okay? But it'll attract newness, a new relationship into your life. Okay, if you want a business, you have to foresee it. You have to picture it. If you can't see it actually happen, then it's not going to happen. All right. But after you have your foresight, you go into the future and you see things, come back to the present. All right. It is saying come back to the present and then take the little baby steps to make it happen in whatever area in your life. It could be in love. It's talking about a lot of arguments occurring. And this just, you need to get the romance back in it. Okay. Like emotions need to come into it, but you also need to separate yourself and try to see it from the other person's perspective. Okay, with Venus and Aquarius, this card is very detached. Like when arguments occur, they can really tick people off, and not in a manner that you would think. Not from this fighting. It's not from that, all right? Because in the Five of Swords, you see that the guy took the 2 swords down, and he's holding all the swords because somebody was going to get hurt. All right, like somebody was going to get hurt, and there's none of that happening in that card where nobody bleeds out. All right, this card, people are going to get bruised, all right, and hurt. Somebody's going to trip and fall or hit somebody. It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. Okay, Venus in Aquarius, it's one of those energies that when people are getting upset, okay, I have this energy, I know another person who has this energy, and it's hysterical kind of when you watch them, okay? Because when people are getting upset and they're mad and they're angry and they're frustrated, again, that's because they don't understand something. It's fear, it's change, okay? The Aquarius Venus energy, if it's happening when they're there, they will completely let you yell, cry, scream, call them names, whatever it is, and they're pretty silent throughout the whole thing. Sometimes they're even smirking. And why they're smirking is because they can see, again, they understand human emotion, so they can see the anger and frustration coming out, and these people will ask you, do you feel better afterwards? And what makes other people upset is the fact that with that energy, it doesn't get mad. So like the other people, when they're in a scenario with them, can be like, why aren't you getting upset? Why aren't you getting mad? You know, like I just said this and I said that, you should be getting mad. That energy will not. Venus and Aquarius energy pours out their emotions. They understand human emotion. That's why they can be detached. Okay, they won't get mad at you because they understand it. That's why. All right, they know that you needed to get that off your chest. Okay, so with the Venus Aquarius energy, it's talking in your relationships, romantic relationships. If you're having problems, detach yourself. Try to see it from an emotional standpoint. The person's hurting inside. The person has love for you and can't properly express it and is hurt in some manner, or you're hurt in some manner. Okay, like you want to be adult about the way you handle things. Okay, which means putting yourself in the other person's shoes, understanding that they're human, you're a human, and you both have different perceptions in life. Okay, you both love differently. The language of love comes in many different forms and different, like just because you speak the same language doesn't mean that in love you will be the same language. Some people are action oriented, some people are more verbal. Okay, depending on nurture nature, how they grew up will be how they express love. Okay, for some of them they could be scared of expressing love, so they're very detached, you know, but then they show it through actions, by little gestures, by making your bed in the morning or making you breakfast or ensuring that they pick you up after work. Okay, but maybe they're not the most loving type with hugging and telling you I love you, but their actions show it. Okay, so maybe somebody else has a hard time showing it because it wasn't shown to them with actions, but they were verbally told it by their mother a lot. I love you, this and that. Okay, so they show how they care through their words. Okay, so sometimes you have to align what you see and what you hear together. Okay, and then sometimes what you hear and what you see need to be kept separate. Okay, there's a fine line that you're going to have to balance out here. But write things down, ideas that come towards you and things like that, write it down. Okay, all right, you guys, this is a long reading. Hopefully it helped you out. I will talk to you next month. Namaste and ciao for now.